Welcome to the Assignment Guidance for Business Startup, Conception to Market, part of the OTHM Level 5 Diploma in Business Management. We'll walk through the 3 tasks that turn a business idea into a viable plan and a pitch. The Unit Overview. This is a Level 5 20-credit unit, assessed pass or fail, so every assessment criterion must be met. The aim is to consolidate your marketing and management learning into a viable business plan for a new venture. There are 3 pieces of evidence: a Task 1 essay, a Task 2 detailed business plan, and a Task 3 10-minute stakeholder pitch. Use a realistic startup idea throughout. Task 1 is a 750-word essay covering criteria 1.1 to 1.3. Task 2 is a detailed business plan of about 1,750 words, covering 2.1 to 2.4. And Task 3 is a 10-minute presentation, equivalent to about 500 words, covering 3.1 and 3.2. The 3 tasks connect. Task 1 builds knowledge, Task 2 turns the idea into a plan, and Task 3 pitches it for stakeholder support. Your approach. You're developing your own startup idea, with your tutor acting as your mentor. Agree a feasible idea before writing the plan, and use one clear idea throughout all 3 tasks, such as a cafe, mobile car wash, tuition service, online store, salon or cleaning business. Base everything on research, not guesswork. Market need, costs, legal requirements, available support and stakeholder expectations. Task 1 is an essay on startup requirements and the support available to new businesses. Here's the Task 1 word plan, a short introduction to your idea and the essay's purpose. Then, for 1.1, the resources required to start. For 1.2, the personal skills and qualities needed. For 1.3, the legal requirements in your country. For 2.1, a comparison of financial support. For 2.2 and 2.3, government and non-government support. And for 2.4, a comparison of non-financial support before a brief conclusion. Aim for around 750 words. For 1.1, describe the full range of resources your specific startup needs: finance, premises, equipment, stock, technology, licenses, suppliers, and people. Connect each to your idea. For example, a mobile food business needing a vehicle, food hygiene registration, ingredients, a payment system, and insurance. Cover essential resources first, then optional ones, and support it with a startup cost table, supplier quotes, and a staffing list. For 1.2, describe the skills needed, such as planning, budgeting, marketing, communication, customer service, record keeping, and problem solving, and qualities like resilience, reliability, creativity, and self-discipline. Make it practical with your idea, for example, a tuition business needing subject knowledge, safeguarding awareness, and parent communication. Explain why each skill or quality matters during startup, not just what it means. For 1.3, identify the legal requirements to start your business in your country, such as business registration, tax registration, insurance, employment rules, data protection, and licenses. Choose the ones that fit your venture and explain the consequences of non-compliance, like fines, closure, legal claims, or being unable to trade. Use official government or regulator sources. For 2.1, compare sources of finance, personal savings, family investment, bank loans, grants, crowdfunding, angel investors, venture capital, and supplier credit. Compare them on cost, control, repayment, risk, speed, eligibility, and suitability. For example, a small cleaning business might suit savings or a small startup loan, while a technology app may need angel investment. Remember, the criterion asks you to compare, not just describe. For 2.2 and 2.3, cover government support, such as startup loans, advice portals, tax guidance and innovation grants, and non-government support such as banks, chambers of commerce, incubators, mentors, professional bodies, and networking groups. Name the actual support available in your area and explain how your startup could use it. For 2.4, compare non-financial support such as mentoring, training, networking, legal and accounting advice, workspace and marketing help. Compare their value, accessibility, expertise, relevance, and long-term usefulness. For example, mentoring aids decision-making while free workspace reduces early costs. Explain which support is most suitable for your business and why. Task 2 is the business plan, a detailed and realistic startup plan. Your business plan must do 3 things. Communicate the idea clearly to stakeholders, showing what it is, who it serves, and why it's needed. Manage the venture, covering people, suppliers, processes, compliance, risks and quality. And plan the finances and market, covering startup costs, pricing, sales forecast, break-even, funding and milestones. Use charts and diagrams where they improve clarity, especially for finance and operations. A good business plan structure runs to about 12 sections: executive summary, business idea and objectives, product or service description, target market and customer need, competitor analysis, marketing and sales plan, operations plan, legal and risk requirements, people and skills, financial plan, funding requirement, and milestones with the stakeholder support needed. When defining the idea, state the business name, location, legal structure, product or service, and target customer, and explain the customer problem you solve, for example, busy working parents needing reliable, flexible after-school tutoring. Define your value proposition, why customers choose you over competitors, and show feasibility with simple evidence like local demand, competitor gaps, and search trends. Keep it practical, not vague or overambitious. For market and competitor evidence, identify your target market by age, income, location, needs, and buying habits. Use primary research where you can, like a short survey or interviews, and secondary research such as government statistics and industry reports. Compare at least 3 competitors on price, location, service, reviews, and strengths and weaknesses, then explain how that research shapes your pricing, promotion, location, and service design. For the marketing and sales plan, map the customer journey from finding the business to buying, receiving service, and returning, and use the marketing mix: product, price, place, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. For example, a startup bakery might use Instagram Reels, local flyers, a Google business profile, and loyalty cards. Link each action to a budget and expected sales, and avoid generic comments like "use social media" without explaining how. For operations, people, and legal, explain where you'll operate and what equipment, stock, software, suppliers, and processes you need. Describe staffing, from the owner's role to employees, freelancers, or outsourced support. Explain daily operations like booking, delivery, quality checks, and complaints. Include the legal requirements from Task 1 and add a risk table covering operational, financial, legal, and market risks with actions to reduce them. For the financial plan, show your startup costs, a sales forecast with units, price and monthly revenue, and your costs and profit, covering fixed and variable costs, gross and net profit, and cash flow. Show break-even, how many sales cover your costs. For example, if fixed costs are £1,000 and profit per unit is £10, break-even is 100 units. Figures can be estimated, but your assumptions must be explained and realistic. For stakeholder support, identify who you need on board: mentor, customers, suppliers, bank, investor, landlord, local authority, employees, and family. Explain what each wants to know, such as viability, repayment ability, demand, or compliance, and use the plan to answer their concerns with evidence, figures, and realistic milestones. Include a short section on the support you're seeking, whether funding, premises, supplier terms, or mentoring. Task 3 is the pitch presentation, demonstrating effective communication to gain stakeholder support. Plan your pitch across about 7 slides. Business name and purpose, the problem and customer need, the product or service offer, market and competitors, marketing and operations, the financial forecast and funding, and the stakeholder ask and close. Keep to 10 minutes and around 500 words. Use visuals and speaker notes, and rehearse with your tutor as mentor, using their feedback. To communicate effectively, open with a clear statement of the idea and the problem it solves, and use simple visuals like a logo mock-up, customer profile, competitor table, and a one-page financial summary. Speak to each stakeholder's priorities. A bank wants repayment confidence, an investor wants growth, a supplier wants reliability. Don't read paragraphs from slides, and end with a clear ask, such as a funding amount or supplier terms. Here's an example pitch flow. Start with a hook, such as many working parents struggling to find affordable after-school maths support. Give the solution small group online tutoring with flexible evening sessions. Present the evidence, survey feedback, competitor pricing, and exam demand. And finish with the ask, for example, seeking £2,000 of startup funding for a website, marketing, and teaching materials. That flow helps stakeholders grasp the need, the offer, the evidence, and the support required. On referencing, use Harvard in-text citations for definitions, market data, business models, legal requirements, and finance sources. Use reliable sources like government websites, banks, enterprise agencies, industry reports, and textbooks, and include a reference list in each task and on the final slide. Charts and appendices help, but they don't replace written explanation. And don't copy a template. Adapt it to your own idea and explain your choices. To submit, provide the Task 1 essay, Task 2 business plan, and Task 3 pitch in recognized formats, Word for the written work and PowerPoint or PDF for the presentation. Use clear file names with your name, unit title, and task number. Check every criterion from 1.1 to 3.2 is covered and include Harvard references. Submit to learnerwork at ukversity.co.uk within 2 weeks of completing the unit delivery, unless your tutor sets another deadline. Finally, a checklist. Have you agreed a feasible idea with your mentor? Does Task 1 cover resources, skills, legal requirements, and support? Does Task 2 include market, operations, legal, finance, and stakeholder sections? Does Task 3 clearly pitch the idea and ask for support? Are your financial figures realistic and explained, and all sources cited in Harvard style? The PASS standard is a realistic idea, direct coverage of every criterion, practical evidence, a clear plan, and an